It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we're in for a rematch of Super Bowl 40. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Seattle. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Seahawks set to go on offense here, and it is the Pro Bowler Geno Smith at quarterback, Charles, in his 12th NFL season.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith rolling to his right. Out right to Smith and Jigba. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Dancing to his left. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Play action. It's Smith. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape, because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Smith. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So the new-look Steelers offense headed out for their first drive, led by a man in his 13th NFL season now. First is a Steeler, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A short one there to Freiermuth. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense, but to get him here on his opening drive of the ballgame, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to the perimeter, because when he's in the open field, not only can he hurt you, but also you lose sight of receivers downfield, and they'll hurt you with big plays.
Here's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. And even 50 yards for Kenneth Walker. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. This is the tight end Fant. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Going right back to Fant. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll fake it. Now Smith. To the right side and intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. It has been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. First carry for Najee Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Boswell's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call.
And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 57 yards. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 17-3. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense set to regain possession.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Now Wilson. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's fielded at the 45. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Off of play action, here's Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Throwing now is Geno.
They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now Geno. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This out quickly to Williams.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 29-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now it's Wilson. He gets it complete to Harris. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort. Turn it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Boswell's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Geno now to throw. They'll roll him out right. This will be caught once again by Brown. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw is Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jared Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Throwing is Wilson.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Fielded at about the 28. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And out now come the Seahawks.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he whips that one incomplete there.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And Walker has it. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Now Smith. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Alex Highsmith.
Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there?
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Smith. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Alex Highsmith
able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And the pressure gets to him again. Jaron Reed.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
This offense so far on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 19. Under pressure, they got him again.
Derek Hall, the offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. They'll try the right side with Harris.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now Wilson.
He'll find Williams on the slant.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their 1st touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go-around. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. It's Wilson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Boswell's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He completes this to Walker.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 7. Here's Smith. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Smith. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
Now it's Wilson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 15. And this is going to be incomplete.
The offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Walker with a grab, left side. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's caught. Lockett. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. Down the sideline he goes.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 32-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Here's another carry for Harris.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson.
Got his man. It's Warren. He'll get it inside the 20.
Shoves him aside. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 23 yards on the play.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They hand this off to Harris. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? On the give, this is Harris. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Steelers have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And the lead is down to 4. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he returns this to the 22.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Geno. Dancing to his left. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Smith. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because that's yet another sack in this game that you just had to call. We're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Wilson. He'll let it fly for Austin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Throwing now is Geno. Buying time to his left. He stiff arms him. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Throwing is Smith. And Walker has it. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Rolling to his right. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. From the 50, it's Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. Now 2nd and 3. Geno now to throw.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Now Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
Harris running straight ahead. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 67 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Smith now to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, here's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 24-yard line.
Smith. They'll roll him out right. Got a man. It's Brown. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Smith. And he is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. To throw is Smith. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Wilson. Finding Williams once more, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. To throw is Wilson. Steps away to his left. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
Throwing is Wilson. He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They run for it with Harris. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They're going for it. This is Harris. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. If they've stopped them 2 out of 3 times, usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now a 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
3rd down and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Geno. This complete to Lockett. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running.
Mike Tomlin has reached for that red challenge flag, and he'll throw it out there.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now it's Smith. He completes this to Walker. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing now is Geno. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Smith. Flushed out right. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
18 yards the gain for number 18.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
82 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Anytime you hear the term an explosive run, most teams I know define that as any run over 10 yards, and they got that and more. How about a lot of credit for the big guys up front? That offensive line firing out, creating plenty of space, and a big run ensued.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Now it's Wilson. Completes it to Austin. They run with Harris.
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
And we will get another look at Seattle's offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Down the numbers. There he goes.
Inside the 10.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, an even 90 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead.
Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them, because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. Extra point up and through by Myers, and the lead now up to 14. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Jason Myers, the kickoff for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was brought down there by Julian Love. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now it's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Now a give, running left is Harris. Pushes past him. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Wilson.
This one finds Austin out right.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Wilson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and, of course, a special player.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They run with Harris, and he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. This from 36 yards out. Boswell's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Geno now to throw.
That completes it again to Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he's up to the 45.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing is Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Smith throwing again.
Going right back to Fant.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's Smith. Forced out to his left. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Smith on the move to his left. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. That's a corner that got in there for the sack. Dante Jackson. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Smith, he'll buy some time right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Wilson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jaron Reed. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
73 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks,
and that one ended up going backwards.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. To throw is Smith. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Smith now to throw. This is the tight end Fant. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so, and maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Wilson. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And out now come the Seahawks.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
After the interception, here's Smith.
Open man is Barner, the tight end.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg.
He's got his big tight end, Fant.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks.
Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now out come the Steelers. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Geno picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. This whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
3rd down and 10.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Devin Witherspoon getting a hand in there that time.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss and no one wants anything.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
It's complete to Williams. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Geno getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
That's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
Back to throw, Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Keanu Benton able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Completes it to Austin. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down.
Geno, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll be out right at the 35. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Now Wilson.
Completes this one to Pickens.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
He finds Austin complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He's across midfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Again, Wilson.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now it's Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Pickens.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put him in contact.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Smith going to throw it. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Alex Highsmith.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go.
Throwing is Smith. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
The Steelers offense and Russell Wilson headed back onto the field. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Wilson.
Got his man. It's Warren.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back into 32. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Wilson.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Throwing now, Smith. Rolling to his right. This will be caught by Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Now Geno.
Room past the 35.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Smith. Got a man. It's Brown. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again is Smith. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.